What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Faith Builds Community. Have you ever noticed that one person that can completely change the energy in a room? Well, for us, God wants us to be that light in the world. In today's video, we'll be reading verses 13 through 16 in Matthew chapter 5, talking about the salt and light.
Before we can understand the breakdown, this is what verses 13 through 16 says. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. In the first line, it says, you are the salt of the earth. Before refrigerators, people used to use salt to preserve food and stop decay. This means as children of God, we should slow corruption of the world by spreading the gospel. In another aspect, it is referring to how salt has flavor. If we're technically salt, this means we should be making people's lives better through our love, energy, and who we are.
Line 2 says, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. Jesus doesn't say this just to sound deep. He's making a point about purpose. In other words, if you stop living differently, what makes you any different? He then asks, how shall it be seasoned? That's not really a question. It's a reality check. If you lose the very thing that makes you effective, what's left to restore that? It then says, it is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. It sounds harsh, but it's honest. Because when salt doesn't do its job, it loses its usefulness. And the same goes for us. It's not about losing your value as a person. It's about losing your impact. If you're not influencing the world around you, eventually the world around you will start influencing you. And that's exactly what Jesus is warning against.
Verse 14 says, you are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Essentially, Jesus is saying, we as believers aren't meant to hide from the world when it comes to our faith or values. We are supposed to be proud and share it with others. We're meant to influence and set a good example for each other. Don't dim yourself or hide your purpose just to be comfortable. Your life is supposed to light the way for others. Just how a light isn't meant to be covered, we as people aren't meant to be hidden either.
Lastly, verse 16 says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Be different to the point where it's noticeable and people comment on it, is what it's saying. Don't be afraid to be different either. Walk in the purpose that God gave you and lead people to Him as they will see the blessings He has brought you.
After breaking down salt and light, ask yourself, are you influencing people or are you being influenced? What's a time that you've been influenced easily?
A time I've been influenced easily, I would say definitely the year I graduated. I was moving with certain crowds and doing things that I knew I probably truly didn't want to do. Being outside late, being at parties, drinking, just living a life that was more uncertain than the life I'm living now.
So, how have you changed?
I feel like I'm walking with a purpose now, and I would definitely say just carrying myself differently, having morals, better morals, and just trying to be a better person. Definitely staying in my Bible and reading the Word, getting closer to God too, is definitely a way I've changed in a better way. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for tuning in.
Comment something you can change to make your light shine brighter.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.